Hi everyone, welcome to the Closet Optimist. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking it out. I'm Fozia, and on this channel I talk about infinite optimism. I talk about real life, about accomplishing your goals and your dreams and all the stumbles and trips and falls you can take to get there and different steps you can take to overcome it. I also just talk about life and how regardless of what's happening, there are different ways we can look at things, and I choose to see the brighter side of them. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that have been going through my mind, and I realized all week long I've been really frustrated. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Are you really stressed? Is it because a lot's happening? But I realized one of my bigger frustrations is just the fact that there's so much going on in our country right now, and it's hard to really feel like you have no control over anything, that you don't know how to impact it, even if you're taking action and attempting to do so. So it's been difficult for me, even though I'm generally a really positive person, to stay positive. So today I wanted to talk about, and I'm just looking at my phone because I had some things I wanted to share, some of the things that have been concerning me, but also just overall, I guess I'll call this a PSA in terms of what's happening today and how we can potentially look at some of it a bit differently with more open minds and actionable hearts. So that being said, I'm going to start off by just reading like a post I had on Snapchat a couple months ago, because I think regardless of where we are, I'm still there today. And I just said, it really frustrates me when people say we should give that man a chance. It's like saying, let's give racism a chance. For me, it's just another example of thinking things will be okay because they possibly don't apply to you. And honestly, that's been a huge frustration for me recently, because I think so many things are happening that are completely unacceptable, completely inappropriate, completely infringe on our rights as humans. And it's being excused, and people are excusing it because they don't see how it directly impacts them. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was really empathy. So if you think about the definition of empathy, it's really the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person or a group of people or about anything. And the more I think about it, I'm like, are people only able to empathize or show compassion towards people who are like them? But I quickly realized that's not really what it is. I think we all are capable of being empathetic and being compassionate, but really, I think one of the differences that empathy is great, but it doesn't necessarily mean you care enough to fight for something. It doesn't mean you care enough to take action. It doesn't mean that given the choice between choosing something that's okay for you but 10 times better for someone else, that you'll choose that other thing just because you're looking out for the greater good. And that to me is the issue with empathy. Empathy without action. Empathy without sacrifice. Now, I'm not saying that people should have to sacrifice everything. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when did we start being so selfish? When did we start accepting horrible things simply because we didn't think it realistically applied to us? So I'm going to apologize because I think my heater just came on, so there's going to be a loud sound in the background. But that's really what's been on my mind this week, because I've had so many involuntary conversations with people who want to talk about politics and who want to talk about what's going on in the world. And all it is an opportunity for them to unload their empathy. And honestly, I call bullshit on that. Like, let's be really real and honest here. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to sit here and listen to you feeling sorry for yourself when you're not actually taking any action. And when you had an opportunity to make alternative choices that were better for the greater good, you didn't choose to make them. You weren't willing to make sacrifices when, frankly, there are a lot of people in this country who have made sacrifices, who continue to make sacrifices every single freaking day. So I'm really annoyed and I'm really frustrated, and I'm trying not to be in that space. But honestly, today's message is a PSA. I don't need your empathy. No one needs your empathy. Maybe for a couple of seconds, possibly, but what we all need more of is action. What we all need more of is people who truly care for someone outside of themselves. And that's what I can't handle right now, is that somehow our country has elected a person into office who clearly not only do they not care about anyone outside of themselves, but they possess no interest in empathy, compassion, or action that does not benefit only themselves or a very small number of people. There's absolutely no interest in the greater good. So I really, really hope that anyone who sees this, but that everyone in general can take a second to think about how the decisions they make impact not only their lives, but the people around them. And maybe we can all take a step back from some of our selfishness and our natural concern for ourselves to understand what will benefit the greater good. So I've probably in other spaces quoted this person before. One of my favorite books is by Sakyong Mipham. I'll leave some of the information in the comment box, but I thought a quote from him was very appropriate for what's happening in our world today, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. And he says, "We humans have come to a crossroads in history. We can either destroy the world or create a good future. If the mind is flexible, the world is flexible." So with that, I leave you guys tonight. I hope everyone is having a great week and that you have a wonderful day tomorrow. I'm going to finish out my golden milk and go to bed a bit earlier than usual tonight. My Kickstarter goes live tomorrow, so I'll be posting details about it on my posts tomorrow. Otherwise, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. You can also check out some of my other channels as well as my social media. Definitely this week I'm going to be trying to put some good positive vibes out into the universe, because I'm hoping that that'll help some of us get through everything that's happening. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next post. Sorry so much about the noise. Good night. Oh my god, I just drank so much at one time. That was a lot of turmeric. Anyways, cheers. Good night.